heard the news.
Have you?
Yes, Lucette told me. I just told Ophelia, and she went somewhere. I lost her.
I saw her going up the stairs into the castle, but I couldn't tell you where she went after that.
Okay, I will go find her. Thank you. I will have to have a more formal conversation about this later.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. I only have bits and pieces of a story. I know that it happened at the funeral. We don't even have a body to put back.
I heard it was a banshee.
I don't know. My Lady Larenthia and I guess an heir and her captain would like to come and meet with us. Would you mind coming with me?
Of course.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go.
The flower spirit was there apparently.
Yeah,
They have all the information.
I only got bits and pieces, and I've got most of my information from High Lady Larenthia and Naomi, because apparently Naomi was letting everyone know. I don't know. Do you want to come down to the Waystone with me?
Yes. Looks like Lady Naomi wrote a letter to me with all the information.
Yeah, I feel like just about all of us probably got one. Oh, I have something for you.
Oh.
Balefire.
Yeah.
The High Lady and her captain, and I guess an heir, want to speak with us about what happened.
Oh, great. Lord Chiron just took Ophelia to the Nether to look at where it happened.
Oh.
Because that's what Ophelia wanted, so.
I mean, it's understandable. She's braver than I am.
I will be doing a very thorough investigation.
Of course.
So, I'll have to talk to just about everyone I can. I'm gonna need a lot of book and quills, or just the same one. They're down there. Let's go.
I have an extra book and quill if you need it.
I might, if you don't mind.
The amount. Hi, Vessel.
Yes.
Oh. Hello.
Hi.
It is good to see you.
I wish it were under different circumstances, but it's good to see you as well.
I wish
As do
so
I.
too.
Hey,
We had
Olivia.
a question. How much was the toll? I saw that you raised it, but I was unaware of how much.
We've just changed it to 3 emeralds currently.
3 emeralds. Well, Captain,
I have you covered, my lady.
thank you. I brought gold, foolish as it was.
No, my intention was, now that everybody's had a little bit of time to reestablish, that we could start working towards forfeiting the economy again.
I think that is a smart idea. Well, thank you, Captain. I appreciate it.
Of course, your radiance.
My heir will be here shortly. They said they would meet us, so I don't know where they are currently, but
What was the name of the heir? If you don't mind me asking.
Chiron.
They won't be back for a little bit. They took one of our citizens, Ophelia, to the Nether to see where it happened. Ophelia and Pyra were close, so.
I see. In the area that Pyra was, I put some skulk around the area to make it so she felt more at home.
I'm assuming there's not a body.
From what I saw, there is something there, but it does not resemble her anymore.
If there's any opportunity that you have to gather her armor at the very least, I would
We
like...
already have.
Oh, thank you.
If we would like to speak somewhere
Yeah, yeah.
differently, I could hand
with-
those items off to you.
Sorry, I forget that I'm faster than normal.
It is quite all right. I do not mind.
Belle, is there somewhere where you are more comfortable having this conversation?
It is not of importance to me where we have this conversation.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, actually, before I take a seat, let me give you her belongings.
Oh.
Here is a shulker box with some of her items, a backpack, her warpstone, some miscellaneous things that we found on her, but this was everything.
Okay. If you don't mind me jumping right in,
No, please, go for it. I'm sure you have a lot of questions, and I'm so very sorry.
do you mind just reiterating, what you saw, what happened?
Unfortunately, I did not see anything. The one of our citizens, a banshee who had yet not understood the full potential of her power, got emotionally upset and released that power. Pyra happened to be near the edge where there is lava and got flung into the air and fell in. My heir, Chiron, immediately rushed to Pyra's aid, but even in those few seconds, it was too late. We tried to bring her back. We tried to dig out the lava. We tried to do whatever we could, but it did not work, and yes, that is all. I'm so very sorry. The citizen in question who had caused it, Vela, she is in the Netherian prison currently, awaiting your judgment.
Does she do they have a last name?
Oh, I do not remember.
Vela
Sundancer.
Sundancer.
Yes.
Thank you.
What is her, importance to you?
She was my lady in waiting.
Ophelia, you can come sit down.
Thank you. Chiron, you may sit as well. Sorry, I could not miss a view back. I was with the
It's
High
fine.
Vessel.
I figured.
So, that was it. That is what has currently happened.
Okay. As it stands, I have citizens that are against seeing death or violence, and I have had, at the briefest of moments, to think of what I would like to see happen. But hearing you recount things, it seems to me as though this banshee is, first of all, emotionally distraught, but also in need of mentorship, training.
Yes.
Of course, my laws do state that it is a trial by combat, but I do not necessarily wish to put my own captain through that currently, as we are grieving and among a few other things. But there is a fine, and I would like to see her under mentorship with maybe some recorded logs to send to me of her progress.
Well, that is very gracious of you. Truly. We can make those arrangements. Whatever you need, I will do.
There might also be things that come up around our castle with our citizens that might call for her expertises that differ from ours. Is it within reason for us to potentially call on her for aid once she is fully trained?
Well, I don't see why not. Your ruling makes it feel that she is indebted to you. Oh, Chiron.
I'm
Yes.
so sorry. I did not mean to.
It scared
that.
me.
I'm
Same.
so
I
sorry.
thought we were getting attacked for a second.
I know, same.
Your Radiance, if I might.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Rexaurus.
High Vessel, if you are in need of a Banshee, we have others. I am well trained already. You need not wait.
My concern is that there is an imbalance that hangs with us trying to rule differently than my predecessors have done. I don't wish to see violence or death or anything of that nature, but I do think that there, as High Lady Larenthia did sort of hint at, there is a debt that remains to be paid. And not that I would want to have her at my beck and call, but should something come up that a banshee might be beneficial for once she is aware of her powers and capable, I would like to see those powers be put to use.
I think that is fair. I know our captain wanted to, if the citizen had lived to see another day, wanted to train them to help with their banshee abilities. So that is something we can work towards.
I do think that the fact that this happened under emotional duress, that it might help also to have some discipline. And I feel, and you can call me heartless if you want, I feel living with this kind of mistake is going to teach that discipline far greater than a battle or cutting their life short.
Agreed.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
Your trials by combat, either of you, are they to the death?
We are not barbarians.
I'm not insinuating you are. I'm just clarifying.
Currently, as it states, we do it until they are knocked down. When someone can revive them, we allow it. However, if there is no revival, it either goes to death or they surrender.
And what is permitted in these combats? Fists, weapons, shields.
Yes. They would be given a set of fire ruby armor from the armory that we have. They would be given items to make it fair.
Hi, Vessel.
Yes, Ophelia.
What of yours?
Mine are much the same. There are a few instances, such as murder, that call for an armorless trial by combat. But while revival is possible, it is until they are knocked down, and then they would be revived. Or should they secede, they would be imprisoned. My fear is, I do not know the balance of life and death in that matter. I don't know what it takes to revive. I don't know what that does to a person.
I wish to partake.
What?
For why?
Are you asking to fight in Pyras' honor?
Yes.
Are you positive? because of all of the people that I would ask to do this, it wouldn't be you.
I still don't understand how someone who grew up with their abilities is unaware of how to use them. But I don't know if I will ever know that.
I agree.
But even having them as someone you can use is not enough for the warrior that Pyra was. She fought too hard. Too hard to let anyone walk away.
When it was with you and Lucette on my heart that I made the opportunistic decision that I did, and if it is you stepping forward, then I completely agree, and you have my support.
As you have mine.
I do not aim to kill, as I would hope that they would not either.
They would not. I wouldn't
But
allow that to happen.
But I think it is just
Okay.
for her.
Okay.
So if this is what you do decide.
I think there are many who loved her, and I think it's, though I am the High Vessel, that it is a decision that I do not make alone. And you knew her in a way that I did not get to, but also you loved her in a way that I did not get to. And if this is how you want to grieve and respect and mourn, and however, whatever goes into that process, then you, like I said, you have my full support. Always.
I wish to use her blade as well.
Which blade, Ophelia?
You know the blade. You know what one I want to use.
Lorynthia, my lady. There are not many weapons within my kingdom that are as symbolic as the blade that Ophelia is requesting. It would have to be at your discretion that be what comes to pass.
Pray tell what this sword is.
It's the sword that she used to kill her family.
Okay, and what
It
is
is
this sword
strong.
made out of?
It's made out of the deepest, darkest materials available to us. It is stronger than anything I have ever laid my hands on. And I think to some degree it changes the person who wields it, but in Pyra's instance, she used it to save my life.
I see. I will think on it and get back to you on that. I understand the importance of it, and I understand. But
Of course.
if you would allow me the grace of thinking about it overnight, I would appreciate that.
Of course. It's not an easy judgment call.
Yes.
If you don't mind, High Vessel,
Yes, Bill.
if it's too much of an issue for you, I can take care of the logistics of the trial by combat with the High Lady.
I would appreciate that.
If that's okay with you.
That is fine. Captain?
No,
I am.
escort.
Escort.
Something like that. There's
if
not
the High
a
Vessel
contract signed.
trusts you, then I assume. Why not?
Yeah. As far as combat and things like that go, Balefire is much more attuned to making judgment calls than I am. And in this instance, I do give him my trust.
Then he has mine as well.
Thank you.
So it shall be a trial by combat then? No fine?
Provided that Ophelia is able to stand and do so. I think her decision hinges on yours.
I see.
Again,
Well?
I do not wish to maim or kill. It's not in my nature.
I know. It would be hard for me to see a citizen get beat down so easily. So. Well, I do not know if you wish to discuss things further or redirect me to Balefire.
I
yeah.
I had many things planned, but Ophelia's bravery kind of has swept me off off my train of thought. I think it best that maybe they take it from here with their wishes and the proceedings. As you are joined by your captain, I'm guessing that he would also know far better than I do to have this conversation with them.
If there are other things that you wish to discuss that do not involve this,
No,
I may be dismissed.
I'm very consumed by Pyras passing, so I think if there are other things that come up, it deserves a separate conversation.
Yes. Well, if this is going to be a parting, I have some things to give you. I appreciated your gift of food during our troubling times. The nether skewer, I was told to give a warning, have a totem on hand. It is a nether delicacy, so it's a little hard to eat for people who are not born there. So
It's made of propel pearls, which explode.
Oh,
So
yes.
well, I appreciate the warning, and it is...
it shouldn't explode when properly cooked, but it's always good to have precautions.
Yes. I know you may be busy, so I also want to make sure that you have a warm meal.
I appreciate you. Eventually, once all is said and done, I would love to show you my kitchen. My comfort is food.
Well, my comfort is eating said food, so we'll get along just fine.
Noted. Okay. I am going to step away. I appreciate you taking the time to have these conversations with us.
Of course, they are important, and it was a nice excuse to see you again. Not a nice excuse, a very sad excuse, but I'm glad to have... the sentiment is still there.
Of course, and the sentiment is returned.
Yes.
Will you be okay to have Ophelia here?
Yeah.
Okay.
If that's what she wants, then that's what she can get.
Ophelia, would you like Arlo to stay as well?
That's his choice.
Arlo?
If need be, I can stay.
Well,
Stay.
okay.
Okay.
I look forward to speaking to you all again.
Yes.
just now.
That was... No.
Ophelia.
Huh?
She's
Oh,
run
I
off.
was looking at the mashed potatoes.
Oh, this is in remembrance of
Oh.
Pyrantine.
Hi, Vessel.
Yes. Yes?
I am taking my leave, but I would love to speak with you again regarding kingdom, just our kingdoms. I find you to be very smart, and I agree with a lot of what you're doing, and I think it would benefit us to talk back and forth.
I agree. I have taken a lot of advisory from your captain as well, surprisingly. So
Yes, I have heard. I'm glad he's proving useful not only to me but to others as well.
I was quite fond of Pyrantine, if it is not out of line of me
No.
to say so.
she spoke very highly of you as well. So I'm glad that somebody else got to feel her warmth and not just me.
If you need anything, please do send a missive. I will do what I can in my power to help you during this time.
Of course. And the same goes for you. I know that it can be trying to break generational curses, so to speak.
Yes, it has proven with many difficulties. Many citizens who I have yet to rebuild trust in.
For me too. So,
Mhm. Well, I do not wish to take up any of your time.
You're
I was going to actually grab some of these. I did not know
Please
that
do.
Pyra enjoyed mashed potatoes as much as I did.
They were her favorite, and these ones were the ones that I was taught how to make as a child, and she never turned them down. I figured that with me being in the kitchen the past couple of days to keep my hands and mind busy, that might as well put it to use.
Speaking of, did you receive my package?
I did, thank you.
I've also given a stack of blaze rods to Lucette, the
Yes,
flower spirit.
she told me and forwarded
Okay.
some of those to me as well, but that was after I had already missived you, and I was like, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, it's fine. I talked to her
Mhm.
before you had missived me as well, and I just realized I wasn't sure when you would see her, so I was like, okay, well, I'll just send the high vessel some as well. It's fine.
Have either of you experienced tea before?
Tea.
I
Tea.
do not think so, no.
Can't say that I have.
Are you willing to come back into the castle briefly with me?
Of course.
Of course.
I forget that I have speedy pants.
I'm able to keep up. Oh, it is right here. That is very convenient.
Oh my. This is far nicer than the kitchen that I made for the keep. Oh,
Oh,
it's green? Is that...
there you go. Green tea. Oh,
Mhm.
what do you make this out of?
Green tea leaves.
Oh,
They
that
grow.
makes sense.
Yeah, they grow in my garden, and then you dry them, and
Oh, wow.
Oh
then
my.
yeah,
Mmm,
This is
it's delicious.
splendid. Yes, this
Thank
is
you,
very
High Vessel.
good.
of course. This is where I've spent my my last 48 hours or so. There's also lots of strawberry sweets.
Oh my.
Here,
I have many strawberries thanks to Pyra.
yeah, there's all kinds of strawberry sweets. There's lots of bread. There's all kinds of things, but this is probably my favorite room in the castle.
It is quite beautiful, and the view is lovely.
Yes, I see why.
Oh,
If you ever want to send any baked goods my way as well, I would be delighted to have them. Especially mashed potatoes, if you need someone to cook them for.
I would love to send you mashed potatoes. It gives me something to keep myself busy rather than screaming at the walls.
Yes, I know the feeling.
I see quite a bit of... sorry.
No,
It
you're
looks
fine.
like this is a still, and it looks like that is for aging hops, is it not?
It sure is.
But do you not have any wine?
I don't have wine, but I have. Oh, let's see. Is this the right one? I don't know if that's the. Hold on.
Well, if you do drink wine, I would be happy to send you some as well. I've been learning how to make it in my free time. Oh my.
Oh,
That's what that
I-
makes.
I
Oh.
see. I'll be quite honest, I've never had an ounce of alcohol before.
I haven't either, but I've
Really?
learned that I'm really good at making it.
Well, if you've made it, I must give it a try then.
Here, I'll
Cheers.
even. Cheers.
Yes. Cheers.
To Pyra
For
time.
Pyra. It
That
does
is
not
quite good.
taste as good as I had hoped. I
Yeah,
thought maybe
no.
it would be sweet.
I think
Here's the mug.
as far as
It's
sweet
much
things
nicer
go.
in a few minutes.
Yeah, I think as far as sweet things go, wine is definitely the way to go. But this stuff I can grow in my garden. And I've heard that Lady Rowena, it does wines and things like that. So I haven't ever
Yes.
properly learned how to do that. And I'm frankly kind of scared. So I haven't done that yet.
Well-
I'd be happy to show you our fermentation barrels in the keep.
Yeah,
If
I
you
would,
ever find yourself over there.
I would love to.
I will make a note of it to invite you over.
Of course. And once all of this has sort of stilled again, I will make the time to come see you guys.
Well, I look forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
As do I.
Okay, now that I've kept you for far longer than you probably intended.
No, I thank you, truly.
Mm-hmm.
I do like being out in the overworld. It is much different from the Nether. It's very beautiful here.
I don't think I have ever been to the Nether, so I look forward to that.
Yes, it is. It has a charm about it. It is scary to newer people, but you'll learn to love it.
Well, I come from the ancient city, so I am not positive that scary charm would really scare me all that much, you know?
Well, maybe you'll feel at home then.
Here's hoping, because I am learning to feel at home here, but sometimes it feels too big.
Oh, yes, this castle? Very big, I understand.
I didn't spend much time here as an infant. I was raised down in the ancient city, and stepping foot here, I could hear my voice echo off the walls, and I was just made me nervous.
Understandable. It can feel very isolating.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Well, thank you, High Vessel.
Of
I
course.
must be getting back home then. We have a trial of combat with the end that will be happening soon-ish.
I send my well wishes with you. May you hold
you.
steadfast and warm through the evening.
We'll
Thank
need
you.
it. That end
Yes.
is a cold place. Have you been?
I haven't.
Don't go.
No.
Horrible.
Is it actually cold?
It's so cold. It's freezing.
I will need to dress appropriately for that then.
I would recommend a jacket or 3.
Oh,
Oh,
Perhaps a lava bucket of your own.
okay. Well, looks like I need to go find a outfit to wear. Oh, thank you.
Speaking of, High Vessel, before we depart,
yes.
I wish to grieve for Pyranthine in the way that your people would grieve for Pyranthine. It is the least that I feel I can do for her. I would hear your practices, if you would tell me.
Well, we have the catacombs where our bodies are returned to the skulk. We also wear white is one of the simpler things that we do. You could honor her in that way.
Of course.
I actually need to commission a new mourning outfit because this one I've worn since my mother's passing, and it's just not the same for Pyra.
Of course.
I understand. Well, thank you, High Vessel.
Of course. I feel like we've said goodbye 3 or 4 times now. I'm so
know,
sorry.
but it's very
seems
hard
the
to
two of you
just
do not want to
stay
leave.
back. I guess so. It may seem. But for real, this time I am going to head
Yes.
back to my home. But sleep well and try to get as much rest as you can.
We don't sleep, but I will rest.
Well, yes, please nap. We
you
as
meditate?
Netherians, we
What
do
do you
not
do?
sleep as well, but I take naps.
So I don't know what everyone does. But I did vaguely reference earlier. I personally sit and scream at the wall.
Oh,
Our Shrieklings.
you're valid.
Am I right?
Yes.
I guess that is what you do.
Well, you know, as a banshee, we sometimes just have to scream to get it all out, so
Yeah,
I
it,
understand where you're coming from.
sometimes it's nice to just let it go. So,
Yes. Let it go. All right. Well, thank you, High Vessel. I shall
course.
see you hopefully soon.
yes, safe travels.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't know it did that.
Correct.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm just joining the party. It's not a very fun one, I'm afraid, but how are you doing?
I'm coping. It comes in waves.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's not a great situation.
No.
But it's the one we find ourselves in. We have to make the most of every opportunity we have.
Yeah, well, I was actually saying this the other day, because after the events, I just kind of stuck with the Andarians. It was kind of scary. And I was actually saying how this might bring the three kingdoms closer together in unity, as all three have lost someone recently, and maybe it can bring us closer through mourning.
I know that High Lady Lorinthia and I are working on forming some sort of unity, some sort of bond, but
Oh, that's wonderful.
I haven't spoken much with the End.
They've, in my opinion, they've taken quite the extreme course of action. As not only are there restrictions, but their Viscount, well, their two heirs, Viscount Polo and Christark, are both under, it's like pretty much house arrest. They're not allowed to leave castle grounds right now.
What were they? What happened? What?
I believe it's out of protection, but Helen has completely banned them from leaving castle grounds for the time being.
So they were
I think-
also affected by this banshee.
Christark got downed.
Oh,
Christark and Nixie got downed, yeah.
I was completely unaware of that.
Sorry,
No, you're completely fine.
mentioned.
It's not necessarily your responsibility to relay that information, you know?
Well, I mean, it kind of is, because I'm the only one of the overworld who has the information.
Which
Well,
is why you're writing it all down.
I mean,
Yes.
we did just speak with Lorinthia, and that wasn't openly shared either.
Correct. I haven't said anything about the meeting to Lucette, by the way. I figured we should probably keep everything said there under wraps.
That's fair.
And I'm perfectly okay with that, to clarify.
Yeah, no, yeah. Mm-hmm.
and I have Lucette writing a witness statement on what happened to start off my investigation.
I think that's smart.
I will have to get if you can put down a list, it doesn't have to be everyone because I doubt you remember who all was there,
Yeah.
but knowing at least who all you know was there for the funeral.
Of course. I think I remember everyone who was there, who I'd met. I think there were a few people I've not met before, but I will write down who I recognized or later met.
Thank you.
Of course. Also, Lenoria, did you find out anything about the trials tonight? And if it's someone from the overworld or the Nether? Because I still don't actually know.
There's a trial tonight?
Yes, the Indarians are having a trial by combat in about 50 minutes.
I did hear it mentioned, and Rexaris and High Lady Larenthia were on their way to it, so I can assume that it is a Netherian, but I don't have that knowledge for sure. I know that it probably wasn't one of us, but it was a Netherian or somebody else from the end.
I will probably ask Apollo at some point soon, but from the sounds of it, I think it's someone from the Nether.
We would have known if it was someone from the overworld.
Yeah.
To a trial by combat.
Exactly. There would have been some sort of notification.
Today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I brought it up the other day because I heard them mention it, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a very minor thing, though. And if they fail, lose, I think it's just 4 days of imprisonment. So it's like a really minor crime, as far as I'm aware.
Interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, I hope the meeting helped as best it could.
For the sake of this conversation, I will say that it moved things forward.
Well, that's good.
I think
Kind
so.
of.
Yeah, I think so. I have questions still, but I think we're trying to get through that, so.
Yeah. Is there anything else I can potentially be able to answer?
No, I'm not sure that there really is an answer for the question that I have currently, but I appreciate you.
Of course. Do you mind me asking what it is?
I'm more so concerned with how somebody has gone their entire life with abilities is capable of not understanding them.
I believe it might, but I was thinking about this, and I think it was a topic discussed with the Indarians as well, but I believe that as it was a funeral, it could have been strongly related to some sense of emotion, and maybe that heightened emotion triggered it, and they just didn't know what to do at that point. That's what I like to think anyway.
It's kind of like it was the catalyst to understanding this ability that they hadn't previously accessed, sort of seeing.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I think was the case. Oh my god. Do you want to move to the cats?
We probably do need some cats now that we've got buildings further out here.
Yeah. Oh.
We also should go.
Yes. There is something that I have asked Ophelia to come and speak with me about also. So that will be happening.
I'm assuming you want me there for it?
You're welcome to be there for it, yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The world isn't doing so hot.
If you need anything, let me know.
I will, thank you.
Stay safe.
Lord Chiron.
Oh, sorry.
Is Ophelia okay?
Yes, I spoke with her. She's doing well. The village, I believe. Oh well, where I last saw her, I don't know if she's still there.
Okay, proceed. Forward march. Thank you.
No worries.
I suppose, actually, if Arlo wants to accompany us, we should have a witness.
I agree.
Contract.
Are you willing to
You'll
witness?
understand.
Sure.
No one's gonna die.
Oh gosh, you have one of these too.
I will have to read over everything.
Of course.
Get another book and quill in my inventory. Great. That's
Sorry.
3.
What I have talked with Ophelia about is with her requesting to use Pyra's sword, I figured she needed to be familiar with it. She needed to see it. She needed to understand the weight of it. So I have retrieved that.
Okay. I have also already told Ophelia, and this is a non-negotiable point, that I will be training her.
I agree. I think if she is going to
even-
step forward and put her life on the line in such a way that she deserves to have her best shot.
I already talked to Captain Arlo about this.
Mhm.
And we figured out who was the best fighter between us. Don't ask how. You will not approve.
Oh,
And it would turn out to be me. So
I mean, to be fair, he's coming out of a coma.
I know.
Are you okay?
In which way?
He'll have a few bruises, but he'll be fine.
Great. Okay.
I'll have some
Fantastic.
too, but I'll also be fine. Okay, we're gonna sit through this and read through 14 pages. Because you are here to witness it, I have to read it out loud. So we should talk more privately. Yes.
Yes. And it is decently brief.
Oops.
There we go. Okay, 14 pages of quote-unquote decently brief advisory agreement. This agreement made and entered into by and between the High Vessel, hereafter referred to as High Vessel, and the Advisor, hereafter referred to as the Advisor. Whereas High Vessel and the Advisor recognize the importance of collaboration in ensuring the well-being of the High Vessel and the stability of the realm. Now, therefore, the parties agree to the following terms and conditions. Role and authority. The Advisor shall serve as the High Vessel's most trusted and integral counsel, with their advice and guidance holding equal weight to that of the High Vessel's decisions and commands, particularly in the High Vessel's absence. In such cases where the High Vessel is unavailable, the Advisor's word shall be treated as tantamount to that of the High Vessel. Separation of actions taken. The Advisor's actions are his own and are not to be connected to those of the kingdom, nor should the actions of the Advisor should be held as a reflection of the kingdom in any way. Support to the princess. The Advisor shall provide unwavering support to the Hugh vessel. I'm just going to change that typo.
Thank you.
Never met a Hugh vessel before.
Listen, okay? I am doing
High
my
Vessel
best.
in a role functioning as her right hand, offering guidance, protection, and counsel in the matters of governance, personal development. The Advisor shall assist in the High Vessel's decisions, both public and private, in a manner that ensures her best interests are always upheld. Secrecy and anonymity. The identity of the Advisor shall remain confidential and should be at the Advisor's sole discretion to reveal their identity to any party, including the High Vessel, or to remain anonymous. You that Arlo? No yabbing.
Okay.
High Vessel and all other parties involved are bound by this confidentiality, and any attempt to uncover or disclose the advisor's identity without their consent shall be considered a breach of this agreement. Termination of agreement. This agreement may be terminated by mutual consent of both parties or by the advisor at any time. The advisor may choose to reveal their identity or withdraw from their advisory role as they see fit. Binding agreement. This contract is binding upon the parties that may not be altered except by mutual written agreement. Governing law. This contract is governed by the laws and traditions of the realm, with all disputes to be resolved in accordance with such laws. Signed. The High Vessel Lenore Knox, date 2/13/2025. The advisor, signature, date, insert. Very cool. I can't spell. What is today?
It is
March
the
2nd?
2nd, yes.
May I sign the book?
You may.
Okay, cool. Spell that right.
At this point, if I can pick it up, Ophelia would like us to go to her. I don't know my way there. Would you mind?
I can escort you.
Okay. Also,
I mean, if Arlo wants to accompany us, I don't see a problem with that either. Oh, what is this?
If I do come, I do ask to go to my office really quick.
yeah, go ahead.
Right now? Okay. I'll be right back.
Another 11 pages of reading.
This one's not my fault. I also have the materials that would be needed to potentially make Pyra's armor that she was supposed to have for Ophelia, if we desire that. I don't know that they'll let her wear it, but...
They won't let her wear it at the combat, no, but she can wear it in general. The estate shall be left as is to return to the skulk of the ancient city. No furniture shall be removed. Magical items can be, though. You and Ophelia, the only people allowed to enter the estate upon her death. All funds will be given to the royal vault to be used in service of the kingdom and those in need. This includes emeralds, diamonds, iron, amethyst, jewels, gold, and other. All magical items, blah, 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 blah. The restricted section shall also be left in care of the successor, who I named to be Ophelia Nightshade. The overworld archive is to be left in her care, as well as a magic shop. Okay, supplies, blah, 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 may be given to the royal vault. Anything found in the personal drawers of the estate is to be given to High Vessel Lenore Knox. Arms and armor, catalyst, blade of the deep, and word armor I possess are to be buried with me. They handled by anyone but the High Vessel Lenore Knox. All the arms and armor are to be distributed to those in need. Funeral rites upon my passing, I wish to be buried within the catacombs of the deeper dark and my proximity of my family. My arms and armor will be buried with me. I wish merely for a warrior's burial and returning to the deep. I humbly ask for the presence of High Vessel Lenora Knox, Nightshade, and Arlo Undergrove during my burial rite. May my bones and flesh return to the skulk. May the warden keep my soul, and may the deep hold me in dark embrace. Okay.
I figured I should probably show this to Ophelia, but I don't want to overwhelm her.
I would say not today.
Okay. I have all this nether food that I don't know what to do with. I guess one explodes?
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, great.
What's with this little guy?
So Lucette gave that to me. I thought he was charming.
He's a very interesting looking fella. He's a very little guy.
Yeah, he's less intimidating when he's that
Oh.
small. Oh, hold on. I'm going to change as well.
I don't have a morning outfit ready, so I will wait.